So I have been trusted with the task of setting this ZEB up. We got the 2023 ZEB Ultimate, we got the buttercups in the house, the bleeders, the new bushing setup, the new damping setup. So it's the Charger 3 damper, high speed compression, low speed compression. Cool that they got the dials there, you got the increments on the dials, I like that. Keeps you, just so you've got a visual, yep, I'm in the right spot, I like that. Air spring on it, upgraded from the original ZEB. Original ZEB wasn't great, I don't think it was great. It was good, not great. Upgraded with a luft cap to improve that spring and it become much better. It become much better. This has got the same, virtually the same spring as the luft cap, but it's their upgraded debonair version. So he's been back and forth. I believe he's been on 1 token, he's been on a 2 token setup, and he's been on a 3 token setup. Struggling with all of them. Not really struggling, he sends it. He's just such a pinner. But not quite happy with how it performs yet. Hasn't really found that sweet spot to make everything balance, make everything work. With the rear shock is a Float X2 factory. Excellent setup on that so far, feels really good. I got out for 1 lap on it last night quickly, so right on dusk, right on sundown. I took the token out, went no token, exactly how I'd set up my ZEB with the luft cap. Low speed compression was about 5 or 6 clicks, high speed was open, rebound to taste, and straight away it was absolutely flexing. It was smooth as hell. That fork was so butter smooth. It feels incredible, and those buttercups definitely play a part for sure. So I got all day today to set it up pretty much. Going to put a good few hours in. The rear, I'm probably not going to end up touching. I don't think I need to do too much with that rear. He's really got it singing. So there, at the moment, there's 1 token in there at 170 PSI. I might have to go 175. It's just really low. It's quite low to the ground. Those pedal strikes are kind of a little prominent at 170. So, and it's fairly deep in the sag. I'll measure it later, and we'll have more of a objective analysis of where we're at with the suspension. But 2021 Norco Sight VLT mullet. It's got an offset bushing to make the mullet work a bit better. And I think this thing's going to be killer. We'll see if we can get this fork working. Alright, so I've gone 70 in the fork. Feels killer. And we've gone 175 in the rear, which gives me 21 mil of sag. Which probably works out to be 32-ish%. 33% probably. So it's a 63 mil stroke. A little bit of an oddball setup. But let's see how it goes. So it's probably a 7-minute climb straight up the fire road. Didn't bother with the single track here at Waterfall Gully. Didn't spend any of my explosive biscuits on the climb, so plenty of gas in the tank. We'll try and get a few in. We got twisted gum coming up first, or twisted noodle, just to see where the balance is at. Something I'm kind of fairly comfortable with. I think I'm a little bit, ooh, maybe I'm up in the back a touch. Very smooth across that stuff, but I think I'm maybe floating around just a little bit, like lack of compression damping. So the fork's just smooth as butter. Definitely a little low on damping, I can tell by that impact. So it's going to have me just going in and out of the travel a little bit much. So on the pinch, we'll just add a little bit of damping. Oh, see that brownie? Oh, I nearly ran over him. That was scary. He didn't even flinch. Alright, well, I can't believe that was close.
I just touched my foot on the ground as well, my toe on the ground as well, so we're quite low on the sag at the back for sure. So I'm at 3 clicks of low speed at the moment. I'm going to go 1 of high. I kind of want the low, but I want to see what that high does first. I think that high is going to make it a little bumpy, but not give me the control that I want necessarily. Yep. Little more, I can feel more trail through that. Oh, definitely, can feel more trail. So that's a heavy compression damping tune on these forks. That high speed compression's just come on strong with a click. So we're definitely going to run that open. I'll back that back off. I was only a click, but we are going to go 1, 2, 3 more low speed. So we're on 6 low speed from open now. If you're looking at the dial, it's 1 from center. So 1 on from center, 1 positive from center. Sure if I can trust this Mazda yet. Haven't really found those limits, but there's not really, if I'm honest, there's not a lot of grip under braking, that's for sure, at the back. So I reckon that's okay. I'm going to back off a click and I'm going to slow that rebound down a click as well at the front, leaving the back for now. Yeah, it's still a little bumpy. Sorry, that was 1 click negative of the center. I was tripping then. I reckon we go straight back up, have another hit. Watch out for that brownie this time. Now a taste of 4 weeks, so we'll pay a little bit more attention to what's going on at the back there as well. I want to click a high speed, but it's just a little bit too stout with that click, so maybe I need to click a high speed and back off the spring at the fork, but we'll see. It feels quite good. It's maybe just a little too shallow in the sag. Oh. On the fork. What? Oh, just got a stick flick up and almost stabbed me in the foot, like under the sole. See, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit still. Ugh. Not balanced, as in left to right balance. So maybe I am a little tall in the front. Before we drop in here, yeah, I definitely don't rate the braking grip on these Mazdas. Sorry, boys. So I reckon that high speed's pushing me around at the back. Let me have a play with that. So that high speed rebound was all the way fast, which is what I was feeling. It was just kind of, I wasn't able to settle, and it's just kind of poking left and right, and I couldn't find that stability, the lateral stability. So I've gone to half on that, so there's 9 possible clicks. I've gone to 4 out from slow. Compressions, the compressions feel okay, but now with this setting, the slower high speed rebound, I'm going to have to reassess the low speed rebound and also the spring, the overall spring force, because slowing that high speed rebound down will make the back end feel a bit softer. So I'll tip it in. We'll see how it feels through this. Yeah, I don't have much faith in this back tyre for grip. That is for sure. See, that's the rut I was trying to get the other day. Oh, nah, this back tyre just leaves on you if you under brake. See how that back end feels? Probably a little dead. Yeah, a little dead at the back, which I can open up now with hopefully a little bit of low speed rebound. And we'll reassess the ride height after a full lap. Not much force coming back out of that shot as it is. And I'm not overly confident. So we've gone a token in the fork and down to 69 psi. See if that changes things a little bit. And the back end, I've opened that high speed compression right up. It feels way better. Oh yeah, it feels much better now. Most of what I was feeling might have been coming from the back because I got a lot of control this time. That feels much better. Change that rebound to high speed and then adapted with the low speed. Oh yeah. Fork still dove into the travel a bit there. I'm quite light on the low speed compression. Yes, this is better for sure. Way less kicky, way less nervous, I guess would be a good description. Now I've got to watch out for this brownie. No, he's gone. Whew. That was frightening on that first lap. We're still getting a bit of, still feeling a bit through the fork. I really want, the crowd goes wild, the motor goes wild. I really want, I think that fork height's okay. Yeehaw bar, got a fair way through on that drop. What did I do? Yeah, 4 clicks of low speed compression and highs open still. I think that back feels killer now. That back feels better. I don't know how it's going to be on the higher speed stuff. I will have to kind of grab a little bit of compression potentially. Oh yeah. Way more confident for sure. 165 cranks on this bike as well, which is fine generally on a normal bike. Being an e-bike motor, yeah, you got to go as short as possible, I think. So if you can get some 155 cranks on your e-bike, go for it. 155, 160, yeah, for sure. More control out the back. So it was mainly the back end that was pushing the front end, I reckon, because I can surf a bit better now. Yeah, that back's way better, allowing me to trust the tyres a little bit more. Oh! I went inside and kind of went too late on the turn and had to do some magic. Yeah, it's still a little tough in the back. But way better. Absolutely better. That's what's up. Made the fork feel better, for sure. Kind of yeehaw bar did we get out the back. Very close to bottom out. Didn't feel one, but very close. What can I do to that back end to make it a little better again? We could go a little faster on the low speed rebound, I reckon. We had plenty to push against, like we had enough to push against. but I think it could still recover a little quicker, maybe. And another click of compression, another click of low speed compression for sure. Fork we're going to leave and we're going to go straight up and do a lap of 4 weeks again, because that was very, very unconfident, that first lap. So we're going to go 1 click of low speed compression. It was a little bumpier on the climb, I will say, but once we tipped in, that was just control. That felt excellent. It felt like I was on my bike. Close with the crank, you know, close to the ground with the cranks. Like I said, shorten them up, but otherwise, we're feeling pretty good. Better setup. I'm all the way open on that high speed compression. It was 6 clicks in before, 5 or 6 clicks in, and I've gone up to 6 clicks on the low speed compression, I believe. High speed rebound still the same as the last run, so around the middle. We've got more grip on the back. More stable too, like I can lean the bike on the angle that I want, and I'm not dealing with getting pushed back out of my angles. Still a little soft maybe, and probably a little fast out the back now. Much smoother along this traverse, much smoother. No bottom outs on that hit. I can point and shoot a bit better. Fork's just a little bumpy. But definitely got more grip than we did. Absolutely. And more balance. So I could drop this sag a touch as well, I think. I reckon I can, yeah, heaps more grip. Could go back down in the back now. It's heating up today. I started this morning and that pressure's probably jumped up 5 psi out the back. That's heaps better out the back now. Heaps better. So if I like this height out the back, I could leave that as is completely. Whoop. They're still not quite trusting these Mazzas. They're just not soft enough for me. Not soft enough. So I'm going to slow that rebound down a touch out the back. Just the low speed. That high speed's in a good spot now. It's really got me balanced. Maybe just leave that pressure. I definitely want it just a little bit lower. Oh, let's see how it feels down Purgatory. Bit of a party lap. Quite comfortable with it now. Maybe it's a little bumpy at the back there. Yeah, there's definitely not Maxie's grip on these tyres, that is for sure. We're just sliding. Whoa! We sliding all right. Come through here yesterday on my bike, or day before on the rain, and that DHR2 is just cream. Oh yeah, there's no braking traction on the back of this thing. A little bit scary. But he makes it work. A lot of other people make it work, I'm sure. Maybe I do need that 1 click of high speed compression in the back. Because it just feels a little open. A little bit too like da 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 da. You're feeling feeling everything like a poorly tuned guitar. So we'll introduce a little bit of high speed compression. Yeah, see, I'm clawing for grip there. Clawing for grip. I think it might have needed low speed compression, not high speed. That's yeah, giving it a bit of a push now. Bit of a bump off the back. So we'll take that back off and we'll add some low speed compression. This isn't really the track for it, but the feeling is the feeling all the same. So it pays to have a multi-tool with you if you've got one of these Floatexes with no finger dials. You have to adjust everything with a tool. Maybe I just went too slow on that low speed rebound, because that's one thing I did change. I changed that low speed rebound, so I'll open that back up. And I'll add a click of low speed. I know, you know, oh yeah, you're changing 6 things at once, Telly. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to change one thing, then go back up and do 600 runs where you just change one thing. I think over time you learn, you kind of get a bit of a feeling for, oh, it needs a bit of this, and it probably needs a bit less of that or a bit more of that. So you can play a little bit of double bubble when you're changing stuff. Whoa, as long as you know what you're doing, what you're feeling, and then you just learn from your mistakes as well. You go, oh yeah, no, that wasn't it, that wasn't what I needed. Yeah, there's definitely not traction on these tyres. Sorry love, you're tripping. I'm sure once you get used to it you could maul on these tyres, but for Uncle Telly, just not feeling it.
So again, I lost the footage of the very last run on this, which was quite good. So we did a run and I had a bit of a play with the settings there, the last run that you saw down Purgatory, and punched one last run down the Noodle, and again old mate the brown snake was on the top half of Twisted Gum in the exact same spot. So he's nicked off, gone the shops, got the local paper or whatever, come back, chilled out on the same spot, and I nearly squashed him again. It was scary. But ZEB 68. So my weight on this bike, I'm looking at probably 76, 77 dressed to ride. 68 PSI. 1 token. No token. I think 1 token's a go. Low speed compression 6 in from open. High speed compression, I've got it open. It's quite strong. For me to run more high speed, I'd want to go less on the spring again, and then which would want me to go more tokens, because less spring means less resistance overall. So I need to bump up the resistance down the bottom of the spring to give a better curve, and then that start of the spring where there's nothing, I'd have to fill that in with high speed compression. So the entire stroke is a little stronger. But rebound 10 out from closed on the low speed rebound as well. The fork is really good. The buttercups make a big difference. It's very, very stiff business fork. Like it's ready to roll. It wants to go. It's quite stout and stiff. So compared to the 38, I've got more time on the 38. This is one run, a few runs, one ride on this thing. So can definitely spend more time honing it and seeing what's going on. But I think that's the ballpark. I think the 1 token setup, and then whatever your pressure is from there, is a pretty good setup. So yeah, thanks for letting me ride it, bro. This thing's killer. Not big on the huge long chainstay at the rear. I think it has an effect on the bike, but a lot of people love it. So yeah, good times. Thank you.